Thank you for tuning into The Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and the interdimensional seer. Together they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources regarding many influences on our planet today. Our new format allows you to ask questions and hear the answers from the previous show. Post your question in the comment section below the YouTube video. Disclosures, insider intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today in Disclosures. And I will be joined again today with Peter the Insider, who has an update for us. And so this is going to be another interesting show. So hang in there. There's more information. I think we had a discussion that we're on the next level, and we'll see, some of the things that we can look at, talk about current events, and also how to better prepare for whatever is up ahead. So, okay, Peter the Insider, welcome to the show.
Hello. So I think that we've got tons of interesting stuff to talk about that. And
yeah, definitely. One of the things we were talking about is, and we might as well start with that, is since the old Matrix is gone and those that were in charge, which is Mobius, we still don't have all the problems figured out. We still having to deal with all the, the issues regarding the virus and other things, but we're in a different paradigm now in a sense, because that's absent. And that's kind of what we were talking about earlier.
Yes, that's true. So what do you think? What will be? How can I say what will be the next steps? Because to be honest, I'm kind of skeptical about that, because many people, no, I want to be free completely and all kind of the stuff, and they are, how can I say it? Once they are respectively, they were set free, they don't know how to handle the situation, at least I think.
Right. Yeah, it's almost like Stockholm syndrome or something.
Yeah, exactly.
They're kind of used to feeling oppressed, and this is no critique. I mean, it really, we're talking about, this has been generational, that I don't know, I might be completely wrong, but I think of one pivotal time when everyone pretty much got very reliant on the government in the U.S. was during the federal FDR came in and started saying that, we'll put a chicken in everyone's table. And, pretty much the Social Security system and, helping people out. And so there was almost like this parental, I'm going to help you, I'm going to give you everything you need, but it came with a price. And so now those beings are leaving. So they kind of did this to trick us, not necessarily to help us. And so now that they're gone, we're used to relying on someone to help us, and we became not at a point where we weren't thinking on our own, and we were relying on, the medical system, the food industry, and everyone to, take care of everything. And then if things didn't go right, then we had the government to go to give us some money. And
yes, that's kind of big deal, at least.
Yeah, and of course, I'm talking from the American perspective because that's what I understand and what I grew up around, but that's not, everyone has their own experiences of what they went through. And, and of course, the whole tax system, and someone has to take care of the roads, someone has to take care of those bigger things. But I think trying to encourage people to step out of that mode, because it's one thing to speak out and say, we don't want this anymore. And then when it goes away, then what? Right, Peter?
Yeah, that's kind of stuff, because people, I even don't know what should I think about this. Like, it's crazy. People simply don't want to. I think that, I don't want to say all, but most people, they don't want to. What? They don't want to get responsibility. Respectively, even they want, but they don't know how. I think.
Yeah, they don't know how. Because they're used to, I don't know, maybe it can be compared to you're going off to college.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
And
Jeez, it's crazy.
And then, of course you might make mistakes and party all night and do all these different things.
Yes.
Maybe blow all your money and you shouldn't have, or something like that. But it's another phase that we're not accustomed to, and we've been so ingrained with a certain paradigm.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So explain to us some of the things that, if you can, since that matrix is gone, how has it changed?
No, matrix isn't gone. You are not 100% right.
Well, their matrix that they had on us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of us, we will be on our own. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Can you describe the areas that they were impacting us? Did you have an understanding of how they controlled us?
How?
Like, was it
via
media?
Via mainstream media. Via mainstream media.
Okay.
And that's a problem. That was a problem, because many people, they believe in matrix, and that's kind of problem.
All right. So with the absence of them, is it possible that another negative group could jump in?
Practically any kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Any kind of negative group can. Man, that's problem.
But a positive group could jump in as well, couldn't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So we need to try to be as far as doing the things that people are already doing, to speak out and trying to get everyone on the same page. Let the powers of wherever you live know that your interests or your concerns, and that you want to see a better situation for the planet, for the nation that you live in.
Yeah.
And so being supportive as they go through these kind of growing pains because of the changes and things that are happening.
You are right.
On a personal level, do you have any advice of how people should be? Like, let's see what you have to say.
What? Just say me.
Yeah. On a personal level, what is it that you think people should be doing? We were talking earlier about social media and how, Facebook is really, really, just getting rid of anything that even resembles, a CV, COVID, anything, the letters or anything. And the World Health Organization obviously is very ruling and domineering at this point. So it's cutting into our freedom of speech, or our way of investigating what's going on regarding the medical industry, because that's impacting our lives.
That's true. That's true.
So there are still some powers that are there that are trying to, and I'm not saying that we want everyone to get sick. Obviously, we want people to be safe, but we don't trust all the information that's coming from the World Health Organization.
That's another another problem. Yeah, you are absolutely right.
And even though, like you said, that you resolved the issue with this matrix from Mobius, there's still some other things. We're seeing other layers of it that we're probably underneath or working with them, that we're not necessarily directly connected to them. So yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, it's trying to work with the system and be positive, but in the other balance of it, because we need balance. We can't just be extreme on one end or the other, because it's anything extreme, it usually throws you off, right?
Yes, you are absolutely right. Yes. It's kind of crazy, at least from my point of view. It's people are so how can I say it, so disoriented right now that they don't know how to it's so bad, so crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, no, well, they don't really know. They don't fully know what to do. I mean, if say that we're in a kingdom and the rulers are just disappear.
Yeah, you were right.
And then what do? You wake up and you say, hey, wait a minute, the system isn't working anymore because whoever was running it isn't in charge.
Exactly. That's kind of problem.
And it feels that way when I'm looking at the news, especially with what's going on with Trump. It seems like things are just all over the place. I mean, they're really all over the place. And it's like before there was a unified mind control that was working with the system, that was getting everyone thinking on the same line. And now it's almost like this person's doing that and that person's doing this. And, you can see, even though they're trying to hold everyone down, there is this disagreements. You're seeing disagreements in different places. The news has been crazy. Like I could wake up and it's like, what happened, to our world, like every day.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, 100%.
I mean, if you're watching the news, that's what I mean, not just mainstream news, but alternative news. You're seeing that all these different issues are coming up that are just like we probably wouldn't have imagined that this would happen in our generation.
You are right. You are right. Exactly. That's true.
So we have an intelligent group that's listening, and they ask very good questions, and I think they're not much gets past them. I mean, if I present something, I let them. I like when they'll say something and make me think. I'm like, wow, that's another angle I hadn't considered.
And okay, so let's start to talk about it. It's not a big deal for me.
Yeah, so
it will be not a big deal, because I want to always, how can I say that? Always the stuff to just say, okay?
Okay, so let's start looking at some of these things now. I showed you this small clip of Obama.
Yeah.
And
that is absolutely crazy, to be honest.
It's crazy because he pretty much comes right out and says ordinary men and women are too small-minded to be governed. to be self-governed, you know, and that they need to be controlled essentially, and too small-minded to govern their own affairs. Isn't that a strange thing for a leader to say? That's and someone who
yes, and people, they were like, nah, it's fine. And I don't want to say it's fine, but I'm just trying to say
they applauded him for sure.
Yeah,
because they think if they're sitting in that room, then they're not one of them that are too small-minded. They're assuming that because they're following him, he's not referring to them, but he is.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
And this kind of thing has been going on for a long time, and I think that you know, here it is in the United States, it's Mother's Day, right? So it's like people are thinking that, well, you know, this is what I was told it was supposed to be like, or you know, I became accustomed to this behavior. My parents told me it was supposed to be this way, or and so there's a trust level on how it should be. And meanwhile, this kind of conversation has been going on for a long time, and now they're suddenly becoming more open about what's been said, and the media is not able to protect them anymore, right? So that's why we're getting a lot of this news, because that was part of that construct that you removed, that the ACIO removed.
Yeah, and that's kind of problem why, respectively, how can I say it? What creates the problem, respectively? Am I right?
Yeah. What was already running in the background, but we could never see it because the media would hide it. But they would be able to freely talk to their inner circle about all the plans that they had against humanity, and we would never hear about it.
Yeah, you were right.
And here we are, you know, like, and everyone's angry, like, wow, I can't believe they said this, or I voted for that one, and you know, and it's like and it's almost surreal. It's very surreal. And you know, even like looking at the things of George Soros, and it's like, why? What is that guy all about? I don't understand why he's paying all this money to cause problems everywhere, you know?
Everywhere, literally everywhere, you are right.
Yeah. So obviously has a very unhappy life, and or whatever his issue is. And but it's the money going into the hands of people like that, instead of someone that has humanity in their first interests, someone that, you know, wants to help out with people that don't have that are living on the streets, or someone that wants to help people with food or some basic things.
Yep, you're absolutely right. That's a problem. I mean, big problem.
Yeah. So we're looking at, you know, by the media being removed, or the really you know, blocking a lot of this information. I'm seeing that Facebook is stepping in, trying to still block the information that was held back from us from a long time, and trying to get us to become subservient to the World Health Organization, and which, if they gave us good information, then that would be fine. But it's obvious that it isn't good information, because the problem still exists, and we have a right to question things. I think it's only fair that people are going to question things. And then, you know, they could say, we're not going to help you, but they're not going to help us anyhow, right?
Exactly. That's kind of problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. You are absolutely right.
Yeah, go ahead, Peter. You know, go ahead and add whatever else that you want to say.
I don't know. It's kind of problem, because people they are not kind of lost. They are extremely lost. Like, everything is wrong with them, and they don't know how to properly react It's kind of problem, I think. What do you think, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think too many people had a chance to even think about this because it's just been like a whirlwind of information.
Whirlwind, I love this.
Right?
Sorry. No, I'm just trying to say it's like... Yikes. I don't know what should I think about that.
I think that it brings things to another level. Now you deal with kind of the military side of things.
That's true.
And so you're there to assist and prevent certain things from happening here. But the ACIO technically has a stance of non-involvement, like you're aware of it and you can talk about it, but some things it's not like you can go in and actually change everything because of certain agreements, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, you are right.
And I think that some people that they didn't understand that about you because I think they were like, well, can Peter fix this? Can he do that? And I don't, I can't speak for you, but maybe you should explain a little bit about the ACIO and their role on the planet.
Yeah, you are right. But people, I don't know, like it's bad.
But can you explain a little bit about the role of the ACIO on the planet? That they're here to observe and...
Yeah, we are here to do so. We are here to do so. That's true. But not only observe. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. We are doing many stuff. Not only observing, if you want to call it that way. We are doing many stuff. My division, 12th division, it's for that, but we've got a few hundreds of divisions, and it is some like complicated stuff to talk about.
Yeah, that's a lot of divisions.
Yes, they are. Believe me.
Are they all at Pine Gap?
Yeah, they are all based in Pine Gap. Yeah. They are. You are right.
And so, and of course, when you need to do something, everything has to be, there's more than one that makes decisions on certain things.
Yeah, but I hate to do such a stuff because they are like, "Hey, Peter, can you do this? Can you that?" Jesus Christ! And I need to babysit them. I hate that. Yeah. I don't know what the heck is that with those people.
Those people, the other groups within the ACIO, the other divisions.
Yeah, they don't want to get, I don't want to say responsibility or whatever, but they are way too comfortable for, I don't know what, like, nah. It's bad sometimes.
Yeah, well, I think you told me originally that there was, non-involvement, and maybe that idea is that we're sorting through our experience, our karma, and the Intergalactic Council is observing us.
Yes, and that's very bad because I don't know what the heck is wrong with them. I mean, I don't know what the heck should I think about this stuff.
They see things maybe and see it play out in a certain way, and they're waiting for something to happen. I mean, that's the impression that I get.
But that's a problem. What do you think? Isn't it a problem? I think it is a big problem.
It is a big problem because, we're not probably the only ones that they're looking at either. Right?
I don't know what the heck should I think about it.
So, the issue of then when you step in and you actually do the work assist. So it's kind of like it's a difficult situation for you because everyone has to be on board, or at least not in conflict with you doing that.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
Yeah. So we started looking at some other things and getting back to what's going on in the world. And China
Yeah.
seems to be the focus point right now. So here's an article that says China flexes its military muscles and exploits the COVID crisis to assert control of strategically vital South China Sea, and the U.S. sends 3 warships in response. And it says that China pushes illegal its claims to land and oil fields in 2 million square mile area in South China Sea, and experts fear that South China Sea is where a war involving China, the United States, and Russia could begin. China's defense ministry has even said his country would fight at all costs if a war occurred with America. So, I mean, even though we have this issue with the virus, they continue to go after trying to take. I mean, this has been a thing that's probably gone on for thousands of years. Is the China, asserting themselves around, southern China and some of the other Asian nations in the more southern regions. So, and I don't know why the United States or Russia are involved, but maybe I'm missing something. And maybe they're to protect them. I don't know. What are your ideas on this, Peter? I mean, is this something that we need to be concerned about? Like, is this something that they want to do?
You mean that there can be also called total war? That means Third World War or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. That's something that they're trying to push for. It looks like they're pushing the limits a little bit, knowing that this could get other type of activity going on.
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, that's what the article's saying.
They are saying a lot of stuff. It's like, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely crazy, but I mean, we should know about it if it's going in that direction. I mean, what is the goal of the Chinese leadership? What is their goal? Are they angry because people are pointing the finger at them because of the outbreak of the virus? Because we know a lot of nations were involved in this virus.
To be perfectly honest, I hardly believe, respectively, I don't believe that China will do anything. How can I say it? Anything bad. Respectively, they will not start to. How can I say it? They will not start to what? The Third World War, respectively. We are calling it in military. We are calling it total war. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It is
or World War III.
Yes, World War II, First World War, but we are calling it total war. Yes, we are calling it like that. To be honest, I don't think that they will start something like that. But from my point of view, what is happening? They simply are. How can I say it? They are doing this for one particular reason. They want to to show to the rest of the world that that hey, we are here too, and we can do what we we are here. We are here too, and we can do this and that. I mean, certain stuff. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They are, how can I say it? Showing what they are capable of. If I don't know if it's if it is correctly said or whatever. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like this is our territory, and we're going to do what. No
Yeah,
one's gonna
yeah,
tell us
yeah,
what we
yeah,
can
yeah.
do.
Yeah, but not only are their territory, they are technically showing that they are capable of such a. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That if it came down to a war, that they're ready to go into a war.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, you are right.
So
Mhm.
that's not really a good attitude. I don't
Why?
know.
Why? Yeah, why? Even for, I don't want to say it was good or bad or whatever, but even after Japan, they need to get to the capitulation with no single sign of what it is conditions. They drop off two atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It wasn't because of that. It was some sort of power demonstration for Soviet Union. I mean, in the very end of Second World War. Do you know what I'm trying to say? This is something like that, and this is pretty much the same stuff. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
not a big deal.
So, like, I mean, they've been kind of doing this for the past year or so. They've been edging up.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And I don't think any nation should be policing everybody. I mean, I'm not supporting that either. But I do think that, I think overall we shouldn't be tampering with any kind of nuclear weaponry or whatever, because the ETs are really upset about that. That's really kind of their
Give me a second. Certain races of ETs and other races of ETs, they love that, and I will say you why. Because they love to feed on human souls, because it is. Do you know what I mean? Once the heat, instant heat, it will be instant burn of body, respectively. The white, how can I say, the diameter, the perimeter is very big, it's huge. It will like wipe out. It will not kill the how can I say it? It will not kill the soul, as many people believe or whatever. It is not true. It will like wipe out, widespread. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they love to feed on human souls.
Right. Yeah. And but the other ones, I've communicated with the other ones, and I think, but well before I met you, probably about 15 years ago, I saw a bomb, and then one of them said, "This is the reason why you're having problems in your world." And that's what he said to me, and I was like, I started crying at the time. I didn't know what was going on. And I'm
But
like,
I'm
what am I
saying,
gonna
hey,
do
but
about
this
this?
is true. I know that you are true. This is the same stuff as we can talk. Slender men, they are good, respectively. One, two, three. Slender women, no, they are not good.
So, that this is the issue. What was the conversation during the time of Truman that came up, right? And it was after some of the bombing or the practice of the nuclear weapons in the area, and all that kind of information happened right around that. I think it was at that time, wasn't it? Unless it happened at an earlier time, I don't know about.
Yeah. You are right. You were absolutely right. This was a crazy. That were crazy times. You know, like, what the heck. Yeah, you are right.
So we're still sort of being watched because of that too. I mean, and
Yeah,
obviously
you
you
are
don't
right.
want to have all the souls, you know,
But they are
be
not how can I say it? This is what makes me super nervous, that Intergalactic Council, they are not how can I say it? They are not uh, worried about us at all. They are like, yes, no, no, yes. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They are like some sort of, they don't worry about the stuff, and this is like, what the heck, what's your problem? And this is it. This is like, for example, once I know, once I've got responsibility for certain squad, because I'm in the military. Once I know, yes, of course I can always choose easiest way possible, but there will be, for example, this will be stupid idea, this will be nonsense, because I will tell you why. Because we will lose tremendous amounts of men, and many people are like in military, and I don't want to say many, vast majority, they carry more than men, than soldiers or officers, low officers. They carry about technique. This is I need to watch my language. This is big ass nonsense. This is like that. It's like, jeez.
Like they don't care as much about the people. They care about what they.
That's true. I mean, for you, may be extremely hard to believe, but
no, I believe it. Do you think that the Intergalactic Council gave up on us?
No, I don't think they gave up on us. And you will be maybe like, hey, Peter, say. No, they
I didn't know unless you tell me the truth of what you feel. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to say.
I will say you. I don't want to say they don't give up. They never ever cared about anyone and anything. Because they are like very first ones, like ultra creators. Once I approached them and asked them any kind of stuff, and they were making, as I like to say, thumb mills, like they were spinning their thumbs, and I was like, what? You don't wanna involve? No, we just made it. We are here up to watch what will happen. And I was like, what? Sorry, because I was seriously upset, and this is the nicest word, upset. I was sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's enough.
Because I was really upset. I was really upset, but this was the nicest word I can get, upset, because I was for real, I was really upset.
It's because they have a lot of power. What are you gonna say?
Yes, but because I can use another words, but I think that our show will be banned. Like not PG-13 or whatever, but 18 plus or whatever. Because sometimes once I get to the certain parts, as I like to say, and then after getting certain situation, I found out 2,465 another rough words in the world. Yeah, you
get a vent when you see this stuff and it doesn't make any sense.
But this is some sort of fun of Parrot. He was baby Parrot, and he was kind of fly, and he simply get out of the house. A friend of mine, and I was like, hey, where is Parrot? Because he was baby Parrot. It was a gift for his little daughter, and once again, okay, Christmas gift, but once again, here in Land Down Under in Australia, like extremely heat. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and I was like, okay, fine. Where are you, Parrot? And I was like, hey, and I got him, yeah, but he got this beak. Do you know what I mean? Like nip.
Hmm.
But he don't know what is it for. But since then, he got what is it for with my nails. And I was like, no, what the. And then since this situation, and since then I found out 246.5 and other swearing words.
Well, I think that parrot found my house, so I've seen the parrot outside.
No, but once again,
I'm serious.
no, I'm saying about those huge parrots. They are like
Yes, it's a huge parrot. It's a big one.
white.
Oh no,
And,
no, these are colored ones.
no, but give me a second. They are extremely noisy, extremely loud,
Yes.
and they are like approximately 3 feet. That means like 90 centimeters. They are huge, and you're like, okay, you are hungry. I am hearing you. I hear you. I hear you. Hey, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Well, they're big enough they can take you away, Peter. They
Yeah,
they could grab a hold of you and just take you somewhere.
yeah. So I'm making some sort of fun right now because, to be perfectly honest, I don't know if people will be able to what, to take responsibility of the whole situation. I mean, people will not like this, but what the heck should we do? I need to say true to them, because this is now everything. Once people, they don't know, they maybe doubt it, but now everything is in the stake. Sorry, because it's like, we are talking about some small stuff like average everyday stuff, but technically everything can be, this is it, everything can be controlled on one hand, but on the other hand everything can't be controlled. It is only it depends only on our approach to the life. But that's the stuff that I don't want to say I think, respectively, I don't believe or whatever. But let's take it that way, that I don't know. I don't want to say I don't know. I am not sure, let us take it that way, if people are ready to take responsibility. I don't want to say our regular listeners, but how can we say that correctly and properly? Let's make some sort of task for our listeners. It will be, this is some sort of, it's also called challenge, it's all over the social media. And this is, how can I say it? This is some stuff. On social media, they are, okay, I need to stop myself from swearing again. Some sort of nonsense challenges, right? Am I right?
Right, you're right.
And I think that this will be definitely useful challenge. That now is the time. Now is our, how can I say it, like our time, our turn to do important and very useful stuff. What am I talking about? very this is like a question, right? For it will get to mind of all of our listeners very easy. I mean, the answer is very easy. um, to go to spread this kind of info, this kind of, how can I say, profit to west to most of their people on their surroundings, on their family, neighborhood, or maybe colleagues in the work, and not say it this, as I like to say, uh, rough system. I mean, belief system. Just try to ease, try to try to talk with them in their kind of belief system, in their mindset, not to, as I like to say, not to make them like like a barrel. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like a cylinder, and everything will be killed because we need to finish the road. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So you just sort of like say things and try to be mindful that they're just
exactly,
learning. Yeah.
Exactly. Like in very mostly learning kind of way on one hand, but on the other hand, try to get this, how can I say it, like that, hey, everything changed, everything is different, even if you maybe are respectively was not interested in the whole situation, I think you can see that things are slightly different. It happened in quite short period of time, let us say a few years back, and try to think if you will maybe able to change your mind, to change your construct, your mindset or whatever, and just try to do this in a normal way. Do you know what I'm trying to say? In order not to to scare those people. This is it. This should be maybe our challenge. All over the crazy, all over the normal social media, they are nonsense challenges. So this can be our challenge for, I don't know, for our regular audience. I think that will be good challenge. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. And I think we're learning too just from the social media, because there are people that are putting out a lot of disclosure type of information and trying to get people to think. And then some people are saying, I never want to talk to you again. And then and they're blocking them and complaining about it. And part of that kind of thing is happening because they can't believe. It's hard for them to believe that things were this bad. And so
and that things was that bad in the past, and they were able to completely to turn completely upside down, so technically 180 degrees. And many people, they don't they I don't want to say they don't believe at all, but they've got really hard time to believe that, hey, we disconnect from the matrix. Hey, no. We don't disconnect from the matrix. We disconnected. We were via meditation. We were able to disconnect like forever. They will be never ever to be able to connect back again. We disconnected Mobius from Matrix, Monarch from Matrix, Umbrella from Matrix, and they're like, hey, you are kidding me. And that's the problem. As you said exactly, that many people, they were a hard time to believe. It was a hard time for them, like, no, I don't believe this and that. That something can be that bad as it was. And now, once we finally get first, not big, like huge, like success is non plus ultra, those people have a hard right now even more hard time to believe that for real we were able to success. It was such a no, we can't do this, and that's the stuff. I think, to be perfectly honest, right, that was their goal. It doesn't matter absolutely at all. That the hierarchy enslaving you, which kind of groups we are talking about. If we are calling about Zionists, Lionists, Illuminati, Rotary, P2, Round Club, or Bilderberg, whoever, or this kind of crazy corporations, or whoever, whatever. It absolutely doesn't matter. Technically, they, in general, right? It was their goal that they made people, and it wasn't brainwashing. I don't want to say, yes, of course, it was brainwashing. I mean, it is very widely and common used term, brainwashing, but I don't want to say it is brainwashing. Do you know what it is? I think, from my point of view, better word, confusing. That people have no goddamn clue what they should believe and what they shouldn't.
Yeah, it's been very confusing for people. Yes, that's a perfect way to say it, Peter. And
because
even
I don't
still,
want to say I don't want to say that they don't believe or whatever, or they, because of brainwashing, that they are stupid. It's not true, because once once they lived in such a construct, that means not construct as a matrix matrix construct, but construct that means some sort of very complex and vast variety of belief systems that it consists their mindsets, so mental belief systems. It is not a big deal that they are lost, because, for example, once you raised such a state of mind, even we in Eastern Bloc, we were raised in certain ideology or whatever, so it is easy to get, how can I say it, comfortable. But we in Eastern Bloc, we've got one big advantage. No, young people know, but let us call or say people at the age now 55, 60 plus, so 25 respectively 30 years and older, in the time of Velvet Revolution, right? They don't, because many people, they were students in the Velvet Revolution, so they are like 50, but 25, 30 and more years old at the time, so now they are 55, so let us say not 55, 60 plus right now, yeah? So that stuff that they don't believe former regime at all, and because of that, they've got a huge advantage. That means this a huge advantage. That means that
It's like a prison of the mind. They
Yeah,
don't have, yeah.
prison of the mind, but I mean that they were forced, those people were forced to think in at least two ways. Not only think, but to act, to talk, and to act in two ways. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But people, I don't want to underestimate people in Western world, but I don't. But they were comfortable because technically they've got much higher life standard. They've got pretty much, I don't want to say everything, but most of them, they've got pretty much everything they want. And to be honest, right, many people from Eastern world, former Eastern Bloc, whatever, hey, they were, I don't I don't want to say that those people say that they are stupid, but they say, they are comfortable and all kind of the stuff. They don't need to solve any problems. But I say to people in my country, my region, whatever, hey, but try to think how you will think, how you will act, what you will do once you will be in their place, once you will be born. Once you was born, but technically you will, because technically change, do you know what I'm trying to say, like change as a people in the whole context of existence. And once you will be raised and got to the completely different school, I mean education system, whatever, and then those people are, aha, maybe you are right. And this is it. First judge, it's very bad, as I like to say, first judge is very bad, major. Do you know what I mean? It's not that good idea to get on first judge. It's bad.
Yeah, and well, or you could be grateful that you didn't have to go through what they went through and try to understand how it locked them in a way where they couldn't be themselves. And
yes,
and
you are absolutely right. Yeah.
yeah, and so, but we're actually in that situation ourselves. We're so used to being limited in certain areas, and so assuming that the government and everything's just running itself, and not worrying about a lot of those things, just thinking about how we have to take care of our lives and everything. And I'm looking at, say, because we've complained about the monarchies, we've complained about a lot of, the way governments have been run.
To be perfectly honest with you, I don't think, I'm 100% sure what is happening, respectively what's happened. I will say, people are complaining, right? But what is happening? People are complaining about actual situation, and they want previous situation back so desperately. So desperately, sorry for pronunciation. And this is it. Hey.
They don't realize it, that they were dependent on it. So, for example, there is something serious in this, though. So right now, like, if things would crumble from the infrastructure, when I say crumble, like break down, because if those that were in power are no longer there, things might start to go in a weird way. For example, Angela Merkel, we just saw a video of her, and it was really weird. And yet there was a whole bunch of riots that happened in Germany. So people are, not happy with the situation. But what happens when the leadership is gone? How does that change things? It's like a reshuffling, and it's like a,
I don't want to say leadership is gone, respectively. It will be gone. No. I'm just trying to say this is not correctly. This wasn't get correctly. I'm just trying to say that you will be, respectively, people sorry, 1, 2, 3, that more freedom will be given to the people. It looks like, hey, Peter, this is no way. Insider, he's saying nonsenses. No, this is bad. I'm talking like COVID-19 crisis and all kind of the stuff. But I'm saying not COVID crisis, quarantine and all restrictions and all kind of the stuff. I'm saying about this, what happened after COVID, right?
Yeah.
And that's the stuff I'm not so 100% sure if people are ready for that. If they are really ready for taking 100% responsibilities for their actions, for their way of thinking, for what will they say, for their speech. Because no, we've got freedom of speech already, we've got democracy, we can do whatever we want. No, once again, this is true, but I am talking about totally different way, the different how can we call it, different level. And this is stuff I'm not so sure if people will be ready to do. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because well, let's use an example of a dictatorship, even though we're not all in that situation. But a dictatorship is taken down, then the infrastructure kind of collapses in a way, and then
Yep.
someone else jumps in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something like we are in a place of trying to manifest something that is more positive for the people, but not a huge system that is essentially, controlling every aspect of how we live.
Absolutely, but that's the stuff, because I don't know. To be honest, I don't want to say I don't know. I don't want to say I don't believe in people or whatever, but I'm skeptical if people, and once again, there is no need to, I don't know, like more than half, I mean like more than 50% of whatever. This is technically like certain critical percentage. That means it strongly depends of many wide variety of factors. What is it like? If people know about certain stuff, and once again, people all around the world, and the vast majority of people, if the energetic power, how can I say it, balance within astral beings are well well performed, if we want to say that, respectively, if they are normal or not or whatever. So let us say sometimes it's okay 2, 3, sometimes 5, sometimes 8, sometimes 10%, but really sometimes only 2 or 3%. But the stuff is fine. It is why I am saying about such small percentage of people, right? Very easy. As I like to say, long story short, right? It's like also called 100 apes syndrome, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means, of course, scientists, they very in early stages of research, they got that apes, many kind of apes, they are very smart, right? And then they got them certain specific riddles or whatever tasks to do, and they got that once from 10 to 20 or 10 to 15, I think it was something like that. Certain tasks, technically no tasks, it was from 10 to no from 5 to 10 and riddles, so technically more. It is not test, but it is complicated, right? Because they were riddles, right? From 10 to 20, and then since then they hit the, how can I say it, this kind of small amount of apes, and then this took quite long period of time, and once they hit these critical amounts of apes, like that, very, very short, extremely short period of time, and the rest of apes to the amount of 100. They made that because of, they represent like one ape, 1%, right? They get it to the solution extremely fast, right? And that's kind of problem. I don't know if we are ready, even once we get over to this critical percentage, right?
Yeah.
To this critical, let us call it
Critical
limit.
mass.
Critical mass, yes, critical limit. I don't know if the rest of people, yes, of course, they will be able to know that, this happened. But if they will be, and this is it, not able, but if they want to take responsibility, because people are way too comfortable. I get that very, very soon, that people are comfortable. I get that very soon, that people are comfortable, and it's sad, because
they don't realize that they get into but there's still what makes people comfortable is I think there's still programs running, and even though there's certain corporations that are not here, I think there's still programs.
Once again, this is not program. They are not programs running. This is the stuff that people, they were born this way, they were raised this way, yeah, and that was pretty much it for them.
Yeah, but you're saying that people still don't have, MK Ultra effect or a mind control from.
I will like to say that they've got this. You will strongly dislike this, but I will say this. They've got. They are way too comfortable and way too way too lazy to take responsibility for their actions. And this is not for their actions. What is the main part of problem? They don't want to not only maintain, because maintaining something what is running, I don't want to say good or bad, but it is running, right? Somehow. Even for maintaining this, they don't want, because they don't want to do so, because there was always, or there were always some people, some institutions, they were did so for them. Do you know what I mean? And now, hey, I am here and I should do this? Why? This is nonsense. I don't want to do this. As I like to say, it is like being in the wilderness, and I need to carry for myself because I will die. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Survival.
Yes. Survival. Exactly. Because as I mean, once I want to get food, of course, why the hell not? But I need to get my hands dirty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think that some of the people right now, I mean, they're frustrated. They do want to work. They're at home. And some people are lazy. Some people are discouraged because they worked. And I've known plenty of people that work over 20, maybe even 40 hours a week and still don't have enough to pay for all their bills. I mean, and there are other nations. I know France has gone through some really working very hard, and then, the cost of living or gas prices made it impossible, and they had to cut out food so they can keep going to work. It's, situations like that have to stop. I mean, that kind of thing, because I think not everyone's lazy, but discouraged maybe.
Give me a second. I know, but I'm just trying to say that many people, they simply don't want to take responsibility. It is technically like that, like how can I say it? This COVID madness, if we want to call it that way, it is some sort of how we can name it, some sort of test. If we passed this test successfully, yes, okay, we can, how can I say it? You earned it. You earned the how can I say it? Like you earned the belonging. Do you know what I mean? You belong to the new system, if we want to call it that way. Mm-hmm. But once not, that will be the problem. You are pretty much screwed. I mean, for many people, hey, we lose all the hope, but this is it. This rough, because this is very rough. I know this is very bad, this is very rough, but this such extreme level is happening because the new system is new system. We need, because our, I don't want to say creators, but our maintainers, they ruled everything. They are long gone, and we since this situation, I mean, sorry, since this date, that means, what is it? I always forgot the day, week.
So the 10th?
Yes, it is 26th April. So it is Sunday, 26th April 2020. They are long gone. No single sign of them. And since this situation, since this date, we are taking, or no, not we are, we should take full responsibility of ourselves. And this complete situation that many people, as you said, that they are frustrated because they need to stay home. It is like some sort of a home prison.
No, because of they want to work. They want, because you're saying they're lazy, and I'm saying, well, they do want to work.
No, give me a second. Not lazy. I'm saying lazy to completely change their mindset. Okay, and this is big difference. Not lazy in order they don't want to work. They need to create. They need to completely destroy the old mindset and build new mindset. This kind of laziness, if we want to call it that way, yeah. This is big difference, no? And that's the stuff. This, like, many people are obligated to stay in quarantine. They are forced to work from home. Many people lost their jobs. They get much less money or whatever. This is some sort as test, some sort of test. Once you pass the test, you are good to go. That means, do you know what I mean?
What is it that you have to do to pass the test?
Pass the test. That technically you don't get mad. I mean, no.
You don't get mad, like you kind of go with the flow and just do whatever you need to do?
No. Get mad, that technically that means you don't end up in the mad's house. Sorry for saying it.
Yeah, hold things together and just take care of the things that you need to take care of and that sort of thing. Don't have a breakdown.
Yes, exactly. Mental breakdown, or many people, they collapse physically because it is connected. Do you know what I mean? Mental, physical, whatever.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Exactly. This is it. What I'm trying. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's the stuff. Many people will be like, no, we are disappointing. Insider is saying this and that, but this is exactly it. Once something is like this or like that or whatever, what the heck should I do? I'm just saying what it is. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I mean, it's regarding that. I mean, do you see any change or shift or anything like that happening soon? Or
I think I don't know. To be perfectly honest, but I don't know what's your perspective. But I think that in last 2 weeks, it's more than 2 weeks. I'm saying. I need to say for future purposes that if people will say see respectively here this video, it is May 10th May 2020. So in the last 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks, a lot of things change.
yes,
I don't know. I
so
don't
much
know
is every day it changes, Peter.
Yep.
Every day.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, for an empath or a psychic or whatever, we can the energy it changes.
Especially energetic flows or whatever.
Yes.
Everything changed.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I've been feeling like there was such a hostile energy that was around a couple of nights ago. I was like, what in the world is that? And then it goes into this like a whole other place. I feel like I'm in another location. It's very, very weird. Very, very weird.
And to be perfectly honest, the stuff, as I like to say, part of story, what I was most excited for. Sorry for that, but I'm like as I like to say, I with the most stupidest smile in the world, like kidding in the candy shop. Sorry for that, but I am very happy. The respectively parts of wormholes and gateways for bad entities are closing.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That is perfect. Yeah, I've been seeing that too.
I mean, it can't be closed just like that, of course not. But what it is, they are closing, and this is that's all that matters, I think. What do you think? Isn't it like that?
Yeah. That's all that matters. I mean, that they go away. I mean, they've been brutal.
And one thing, not only they are closing those kind of portals, but they are wiping the bad ones out slowly, but for sure. That's we are so. I mean, I'm so happy. Like as I like to say, stupidest smile in the world, like in the candy shop.
Yeah, I mean, no, we should really celebrate that because that, you have problems with certain people or whatever, and these are the entities that kind of are influencing them to do that.
Yes, because technically, I don't want to say all, definitely not, but the most of them, they are not bad people at all. I mean, they as a personalities, but like they are respectively, they were heavily influenced, but by negative energetic entities. Yep. You are right.
Yeah. Does this have anything to do with some of the underground dumps and things that you guys that are being militaries going in there?
What?
The underground dumps, I guess that the people are talking about that. I don't know whether it's true or not, but people are talking about going in a lot of these underground areas and I don't know, rescuing children and some other things.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to say that it is very good. It is very good stuff to stuff to hear. Even hear that that.
It's part no that Peter
I'm just trying to
for a
say that it
psychic,
is very good. It is
it's
very
the
good.
best news
It
that
is
I've
very
had.
good. Yes, it is very good. It is very good that all kind of those negative energetic profile entities they are slowly but for sure wiped out of the world. That's bad.
Yeah, no,
I mean that's good, but bad part for them.
yeah, no, they're very tormenting spirits. Those are the ones that cause people to, not feel good about themselves and to have conflict with others. And I've seen so many people mistreated by those things. I'm happy. I'm very, very grateful that you took
Yeah,
care of that, and
that's true.
yeah,
I want to get. I think that it's time to get to the questions. What do you think?
yeah. I did have like two other questions that I wanted to bring up. One is about this thing that I sent with Bill Gates about this God gene, that he was focusing on getting rid of people's belief system or neutralizing it because of some of the jihad or Muslim extremists or extreme religious people or something like that. Um, is that stuff still going on? I mean, I would think that would be a violation. I know a lot of that, the extreme religion is from mind control. I don't know why they would use try to mess with someone's genetics. I mean, how do you feel about that, Peter?
For me, of course, it is bad. Of course, it is very bad. But nothing surprising for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's not anything that, I mean, I'm hoping that kind of stuff goes away too. And the other thing that this thing with these killer hornets, what is up with that?
What do you mean by killer hornets?
Oh, you haven't seen the killer hornets that supposedly come from, where did they come from? Japan, I think. Hold on, let me get the article.
What do you mean killer hornets? I don't know, to be perfectly honest.
They call murder hornets. They're calling it. I don't. It's all over. People are talking about them. And,
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay, here's. All right, so here is the. See the clip for the Simpsons. And they talk about the murder hornets. I mean, it actually, let me see, I'll have to get some pictures on it, but I'm surprised that you don't know about it. Because it's pretty much all over.
Hornets, you mean this kind of huge
like bee, like a
bee, whatever. Okay, I know, but technically they are not only in US, they are all over the place, all over the world. Yeah, and they are devastating everything. Because to be honest, I know what is hornet, right? But you was like killer. You said killer hornets, and I was like, yeah, and I. Yes, but do you know what?
Okay, yeah.
I was confused. I will say you why, because it is not it isn't something new. It is quite common in Northern America and Europe. But it is, how can I say it? What is weird? It is local situation. And it is appearing very fast and disappearing very fast. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I was kind of, how can I say it, confused what the heck is wrong with hornets, and then I know that they are huge and what. No, I know.
Are they from
But
another context of existence, or are they from, are they
no,
manufactured?
no. They are from. It's another sort of umbrella experiment.
Yeah.
Experiments product. Yeah. But
Wow.
technically, yes, they are another from another context of existence because, as we know, umbrella they are no longer in this context of existence. Technically, they need they need to make backup for I mean Monarch made backup reality context of existence for them, and they are trying to do their own crazy stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for answering that. And
Because I was what's the problem with killer hornets? Because I mean, I don't want to say I don't know them, but it isn't something new. I mean, new as new. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because it happened. They are extremely aggressive, and especially once something is loud, they are extremely aggressive. I know it. I know it.
yep.
I know it.
All right. So, and they're gonna disappear, you said.
Yeah. I don't want to say right something like right here, right now, but they are, I don't know, like on one particular place, like relatively small place for few months, 2, 3, 4 months, half year at the most, and like that, and they are disappearing. Once they can appear in 2, 3 weeks, they can completely disappear in 2, 3 weeks. So it's really weird. It's really weird. The whole situation with them is really weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. I'll be happy to see that they disappear. Okay, so we're going to go into the questions then, Peter. The question from Jerry. So he's asking regarding traveling to the moon or Mars or whatever, right? And he said, so was Peter trying to say that space, as it is described, is not real? For example,
Yes, it is not real. It is not real. What we can perceive respectively, is only some sort of very weird image of space. Yes, that's true.
so what he said, the idea that there is a jump room to the moon or Mars indicates to me that there's an alternate or adjacent realities to ours, other rooms in the
Yeah.
holodeck, so to speak, not actually things that can be reached by rockets.
Yes, exactly. This is it what I was trying to say all the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
so the Earth is not that far from other planets, technically.
No, it is not that far, but technically, once again, we are living in Onion Earth, and we are living in inner side of Onion Earth. That means you, once you get the rocket, it ends up in the very middle of Earth, and there is a teleport, but not a human-made or ET-made, ET's made teleport, normal, natural made teleport, and the rocket will be teleported outside the Earth, like that, like that.
And where did they go? Is any specific place or just?
No, normally it will continue. It will continue.
And then do you come back?
Well, and the same way you can come back. Yeah. I like to call it onion earth because technically it is the same conception as onion. So just got on onion, cut it to the half, and once you cut the half to the half, so you get 1/4. There will be layers, and you can see the layers. And technically, that's the conception, the system, how our Earth is. I don't want to say how Earth works, but how Earth looks, whatever, And we are living in the very inside of Earth, but not on, but inner part of the globe. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
So you're saying that technically
give me a second, okay? I will stop my speech. So that technically means, because many people, hey, this is like this is like that. Once there was they build it, what it is, Eiffel Tower, or what was the largest building, the highest building in the world for a long time, and then Empire State Building. They've got to the problems because they assume, okay, we are living on Earth, and we are living on upper part of the world. I mean, globe. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But technically, they got to the knowledge that it is vice versa. We are not on upper, but on inner part of the globe. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That happened. That actually happened. This is no nonsense. I mean, sorry, this is not some made up thing. Those you can get to the, how can I call it? You can get to the notes from building such buildings where in the process, but it was very old. They were old, and in the building, I mean, through the process of building newer skyscrapers or whatever, you can't see that because it is strictly prohibited to talk about that. But in early stages, do you know what I'm trying to say? They need to consider with this situation. Because of course they assume that it is like this, but they, during the process of building, they got that it is completely vice versa.
So technically we're the Middle Earthers.
Technically, yes.
Jeez.
Technically, yes, you are right.
All right, so
because
who's on top of the Earth then?
Because for example, it's very obvious to see, especially in huge wastelands of US, Canada, I don't know, Russia, China, so huge countries, huge. Once you are driven, right? You are driving, and you are, what the heck? What is happening? This is nonsense. Even mariners, respectively, not mariners but sailors, right?
Yeah.
They written very, very weird things in their notes that the once you can look at the surface, it was like, what? Because surface, it doesn't look like upper, like plate upside down. Do you know what I mean? Because it is like, once, if we will be living on surface, it should look like plate upside down. No. It looks like plate standing normal on the table. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And this is it. It was a very, very long time ago in the notes of sailors, of mariners.
What year, maybe? Like, what years are you talking?
What?
Like, how far back were people making up?
I am talking about ancient ages, so like few thousand years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and once you can drive through wastelands, do you know what I mean? Like, there is nothing, just pure wilderness and paved, or maybe some sort of half mud road or whatever, and you can see it. that this is like, what is wrong with this, what I am seeing. You can see it in because it is, once we are talking about pure wilderness, in, as I said, in US, in Canada, and in Russia, in China, wastelands. Do you know what I mean? Like really wastelands. And it's like, what? Yeah, but it is like this. Yep.
Yeah, well, I went to Joshua Tree, and that's a wasteland there. It's kind of like a desert. And I said, there's something wrong here. This is not a real matrix here, or a real there's something missing, like a layer of something. It
But
just
this
wasn't
is
right.
what I'm trying to say. But that this was layer, respectively, is layer. They can't. How can I say it? Skip. I mean, sorry. They can't influence. They simply need to skip it, because their technique, everything, despite how perfect, how evolved it is not perfect, and simply it is like it is.
So is there a civilization on top of the Earth?
Not top. I'm saying only on Earth. That means multiple layers.
So you're saying there's multiple societies, civilizations?
Of course.
So we were thinking it was going inward, but we're inward and they're outward.
Yeah, exactly. Multiple civilizations. Yeah.
So this brings me back to the 13th floor. That movie, The 13th Floor.
Yes, pretty much. Yes, pretty much. Yeah. Absolutely right.
We'll see how this goes over. Jeez.
What the heck? I'm just saying how
people are they're gonna lose their minds on this one. All right. Okay, well, whatever, Peter, this is, you're telling us, and so I think it's time maybe for us to look at things from another perspective.
But I am just saying that I said, for example, how can I say it? I saw, sorry, once again. I said about this in SVCS, in such, how can I call it properly? Like some sort of variation of revolution freedom slips. I talked about this like 3 or 4 years ago. It was absolutely crazy for people.
Yeah. No, I think this is the first time you've talked about it with me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You worried that I wouldn't have you on the show anymore? Hey, Peter, I know what you're saying in the sense that it's weird, and you can tell.
Everything is weird, of course it is weird.
Yeah, and I could feel it, and I can see when I've gone places that it's weird, but they didn't want anybody to know any of this stuff, right? So they just have people react so they don't listen. So, Jerry, there's an interesting question that you had that stirred up a very interesting answer. I'll just say that.
Yep.
All right. So the next question from Jennifer. Thank you, Peter and Jessica. This is really very helpful. I have to admit, being pretty pissed off as well at any kind of council that favors some species over others for those who benefit. This sounds a lot like our planet's EU. So my question is, how is it that these councils have any rights deciding our fate as humans on this planet? Are there any human representatives on these councils? If not, why? Thank you.
This is it. They believe that they have all the right to, how can I say it, to rule pretty much all the world, everything, and that's kind of problem. And then once they believe that, they simply like screw the people. We will do everything what we want, and it is like try and learn. Try and learn. Pretty much everything. It's bad.
Yeah. So I mean, eventually some things keep on changing. Who knows what's going to be the future of that dynamic?
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah. All right. So Joseph asks, I'm sorry for misunderstanding last time, Peter. My question is, the ACIO working with against for or against the Ashtar Galactic Command, or do you know them and their agenda?
Once again, I talked about that, so I don't think it is any need to talk about this.
They're just another group that's doing things, right?
Yeah.
But are they against our civilization, or
No,
are
they aren't.
They're helping us, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's all we have for questions. We didn't have a whole lot of questions this last.
Okay, so I think that will be pretty much everything for today and for this week.
All right. Thank you very much, Peter. Thanks for joining us today. And thank you, everyone that's listening. I appreciate your support and continue to listen, and we will keep bringing you information. Thanks for supporting the channel and continue doing so. We love you. Be well, stay safe, stay healthy and strong.
You have been listening to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Join us on YouTube channel, Jessica Ariel Morocco, and visit www.peter-insider.com and www.readingsbyariel.com. Remember to post your questions in the comment section below the video. We look forward to hearing from you.